Hey, good morning, everyone. This is going to be your daily reading for December 8th. Super excited about it. It's actually a nice rainy morning, which makes me super excited. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. We had a really awesome read yesterday, so we're going to keep that ball rolling. So this is our rune for today. I get in the center. This is Tewaz. Interesting rune, and kind of, I don't want to say it's a complex rune because it's really not. But there's a lot that is kind of encapsulated in it. I think a big thing, especially for us, and considering what we've been talking about the past couple days, big thing with this is going to be some type of truth being revealed. And I don't necessarily think it's a truth like someone's being shady, and then, whatever's in the dark comes to light. I think this is an inner truth. This is something that we learn about ourselves or about how we're interpreting a certain situation. This is some type of understanding that we uncover by going within. I think a big part of it. Do you want out? Or not? A big part of it is, forgive me, my cats are in here, so one of them was clawing at the door. A big part of finding this truth is going to be discrimination and really kind of sorting out what really serves you and what is just extra or erroneous. It truly makes me think of, like, for any of you who know tarot symbolism, kind of makes me think of the Seven of Cups, where you have all these options. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to drink from every single cup. Doesn't necessarily mean that every single cup is the right path for you. It does take a level of discernment to kind of weed out the ones that really don't make sense, that aren't serving you. You may even have some that are toxic for you, and kind of getting to that one cup that is meant for you. I feel like a big part of this rune is encompassing that. As you know, I think, the past 2 days we had the rune Berkana, which is all about fertility, creation. So it's, we've been surrounded by this really powerful creative energy. So what is it we're doing with it? What are we building? What are we making? Today I think is really going to be about making sure we're making and putting all that energy into the right thing for us versus, the toxic part. Alright. I don't know if I've used this deck on camera yet. I've had this deck forever, like I love it. I don't think this might be the first time. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've used it on camera. This is let me get the actual name, Secret Language of Animals Oracle, in case anyone is interested. Actually, I think these guys are too big. I might have to cut them. Oh, that is so not where I thought that was gonna. Let's get two. Oh, I like that. Okay. Well, let me get the glare off. There we go. So first card out, Dragonfly. And we also got Elephant. Which, if you ever come to my room, you'll know I have elephants like all over the place, so that actually makes me super happy. The prompt for Dragonfly reads magic, spontaneity, immediacy, and change. Because we haven't been talking about change for the past week, right? Elephant is honor, empathy, responsibility, and cooperation, which I think is super, super helpful. Okay, so between the two, I feel like for some reason the juxtaposition of like this like tiny little dragonfly and this massive elephant it just has me like, I don't know, mildly distracted. Oh, speaking of which, I feel like a lot of us, I feel like I'm tapping into someone's energy out there, or probably a couple people, honestly. Especially talking about this truth and this level of discernment. I feel like a lot of you right now, or a lot of us, I should say, are faced with a bunch of options that we're kind of bouncing back and forth. Normally when I do the daily reading, once I pull the rune, it's I was going to say relatively simple, but it's almost immediate. Like I kind of know which deck I want to use, which decks I want to play with, which oracle I want to use. Today was so not that case. Like I had no I had no idea. Like I was kind of just like, do I want this one? No, I'll do this one. No, I'll do this one. Oh no, I'm going to take that one. So I feel like a lot of us, that's kind of what we're going through right now. There's so many different options, there's so many different ideas that we kind of want to pursue right now that we don't really know which one we should be taking. There's so many on the table, so it's like, do I do this, do I do that, blah, 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 blah. I kind of feel the same way once picking the cards, and then even looking at these guys, like bouncing back and forth between the two. I think a big part of this, especially when I look at Dragonfly, obviously is change, but even spontaneity jumps out to me. And I think it's that idea, like when you ever play like a word association game. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue today. You get a word and you just have to like respond right off the top of your head. I almost feel like that's where the spontaneity is coming from, because honestly, if you're kind of just throwing an answer out, it's probably the more honest one. Like, it's probably the one that's more prevalent on your mind versus like having to think about it and process it and try to like make up an answer. I kind of think that's where that spontaneity is coming in, and it'll help you to figure out which cup you're trying to take. I'm going to use the seven of cups as I go through that analogy. Elephant, I think, is really about, I always think of elephants and kind of thinking their little family unit, their little like social circle. So I think cooperation is definitely a big part of that. And I think that's really kind of leaning on your support system and your friends. If you are having this, like, what decision do I make? Where do I go? How do I do this? How do I do that? Kind of reconnecting. Don't do it on your own. Reach out for some advice from someone you care about, someone who cares about you. I think is a big part of that. I almost feel like some of us might have some heart chakra things going on too. And I say that because the color green is really standing out in these cards. So you got like the leaf and the green dragonfly, and then the background on the elephant card is all green. For some reason the green is standing out today too. So I almost wonder if that's where that truth comes from opening up. It might even be something you have to feel versus something you have to analyze. So say I told you I couldn't pick between oracle decks, so I picked two. This is the Oracle of Angels deck. I got the card Believe. Super excited about that. This is a pretty card. I haven't seen this one before. Is that cute? Alright. I'm going to read this one from the book and get a little more info on it. Alright. Oh, it's a nice short one. So prompt reads, believe in the mysterious and wondrous ways of the universe. Know that there are no mistakes and that everything happens for a reason, even if that reason is not always immediately obvious. It is safe to let go and allow yourself to be carried by the river of life. Alright, surrendering is literally all I keep hearing when I read that. So surrendering, allowing things to happen, not trying to control them so much. And I think that's because things are changing and we're kind of allowing. That's probably where all this confusion is coming from, because we're trying to force a decision or force a certain course of action. And maybe the proper action, maybe we haven't seen it yet. Maybe it hasn't come up, so it's like, hang on a little bit. These aren't the ones you should be taking. These are still tests. Or it could be that the right opportunity, like you see it, but maybe there's like a piece missing still. Excuse me, thank y'all. Almost like divine timing hasn't fully set in yet. Like, maybe it's like 95% processed, but there's still that 5% in the universe. Like, okay, hang on, don't make a decision yet. Calm down. Wait a little bit. That I could definitely see being a thing, because we're still in that like kind of shifting space. We're still in this moment of change, especially if you haven't made this decision yet. Like whatever it is we need to be doing with this kind of new pursuit and this new process in our life. If you haven't decided what that looks like yet, yeah, you're definitely not in a place to be making whatever decision this is relating to. Not the time yet. It's kind of like making the map before you know the destination. Like, how do you navigate to a place without knowing where that place is? I know. You flipped over. Start with these. Oh, I love it. I love it. I kid you not, we keep getting the same cards every week, no matter what deck. So, Magician's back. We've been getting him a lot lately. Again, this is us. This is you in your own reading. But Magician, so again, Master of the Elements, shaping things to your will. It's got the Two of Wands with it. So Two of Wands is all about that same energy, putting out intentions. What is it you want? Putting that into the universe. So two very potent cards about intention, kind of controlling your path, your route, your day. And then we talked about this earlier, Queen of Swords. So this is literally that level of discernment. This is taking that sword, cutting away what's extra, erroneous, especially cutting away what's not serving you. So if you're in a situation that's not aligned with your intentions, what you want, what you believe in, that is something that needs to be cut away. That was a big thing for yesterday's reading, was about how your new beginning truly can't begin until the old cycle is done, until you take this sword and cut it off. Oh. I've never actually noticed this about this card, but there's like butterflies on it. I don't know, I hope you guys can see that in the video, in the recording. But looking at the butterflies makes me think of transformation, like the dragonfly. Like they go from caterpillar to a butterfly. So I think we're getting to our butterfly stage, which is great. And then we also have the strength card. So it could be a Leo, could be dealing with a Leo, or someone with strong Leo placements. But I think this is just having, it's like an ambulance or something going by. She's real cute. All right. I think the strength card is more so talking about that inner power within yourself, the ability to make whatever goal we're working on, to make that happen. Strength card has, obviously it has sun energy because of the Leo, but it's about a gentle strength. It's not about forcing anything. That's way too much. I feel them. You know what? We're gonna keep up. We'll take those two. Yeah, we're gonna take them. We're gonna take them all. We'll talk about you last. But we'll just think, yes, so it's about a gentle strength. It's not forcing something. It's not, aggressively making something happen. It's really just kind of knowing and believing. Believing that you are capable of doing this. It's a real natural type of power. Not something that you have to, bend other people's will to. You just kind of know you can make this happen, and then you just do it. So you've got the Page of Wands, which again, another card full of desire, intentions, passions, but new beginnings. So definitely talking about our new start. What are we starting? Oh, I love this. That's exciting. So Ace of Pentacles. So abundance, new job, new source of income, new source of value. So this is amazing, and this we get a lot often with the Magician card. So definitely still top of mind for everyone, definitely still working on this new beginning. But we are in a much better place. Look at that, 9 of Pentacles. So independent, self-made, successful. Independent is always kind of the term I like to use for the 9 of Pentacles. That's my Beyonce card. You're an independent woman. But this is so much better than we kept getting the 8 of Swords for a bit. So this tells me that you are feeling so much more secure in yourself and in your own belief, in your own self-worth. That, I think, is perfect, because that's the best place to be manifesting from. And so from there, now that you know who you are, what you need, then you can put these intentions out. So I think you already know what these are. It's the how are we getting there that we're working on. It's the how do I make this happen that's kind of up in the air that we're still deciding. And then look at this. So we already pulled out the Queen of Swords, now we have the King of Swords. So again, I talked about this in the other reading, how being in this place, so this 9 of Pentacles energy, being in this place of security and a much more solid foundation for you, helps you manifest this divine counterpart, King and Queen, right here. So I think that is super exciting. So especially if any of you, if this is a relationship thing, if this is something about, soulmate, twin flame, partner, anything like that, this is exciting. After that, you also have the Emperor, so someone could be an Aries or have some strong Aries placements, maybe some strong Mars placements. But again, this is someone who obviously knows who he is, but very in control of himself, a wise leader, good with resources, concerned with the people. Like, this is someone who has a plan set up. And even if you look at the King of Swords, for some reason I want to say the King of Pentacles, but the King of Swords, also someone who has a very sharp mind, very analytical, very good at strategizing, making a plan. And I talked about this in the monthly videos, but Sagittarius season is when we are planning. That's when we're reorganizing our lives. Sagittarius is the archer, so where are we shooting this arrow? Where are we defining the new limits? So definitely see really strong leadership qualities coming up, either in someone you're attracting or in you. I think in your like professional pursuits, that's definitely you, like taking charge of things and kind of making the rules, being the boss, being the emperor. Justice card, which I love. So I think this is just a reminder to kind of like get off your ass and put in some effort, start making things happen. Justice card, I always say, so it's kind of like universal karma, but it's not necessarily like you do bad, like bad stuff happens to you. This is more, I think, especially for us, it's a reminder that you're gonna get out what you put in. So if you put in, meh effort, you're gonna get meh results. So I think this is really just asking you to really, really be focused and diligent on what you're creating and what you're building. And a big part of that, again, is what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make that happen? And that's what the intention work is for. But I will say, we had two queens come out after the Justice card. Both of these much more concerned with self. Not that they're like selfish queens, because I think they're both really positive energies. But you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about like health and well-being on multiple levels, physical, mental, all that fun stuff. But really making sure your needs are taken care of, especially like your most basic, like you eating right, things like that. And then you have the Queen of Cups, which is an emotional, or concerned with your emotional well-being. How are you feeling? How are you feeling with others? Like, are you feeling content? Are you feeling safe? Which I think are both really powerful places to be. I almost feel like these two have that same, not that they're on opposite sides, but there's an interesting opposition between the two. So, like even looking at the card, like I feel like there's like, I know it's not a sun, it's just like the like joining of these two spheres in the background. But like I feel like that's giving me like a very sun vibe. Plus the colors are a little more golden and orangey. And then you have the Queen of Cups, which I'm kind of seeing like has this moon energy too, and it's like a paler, more blue color. So I almost wish Temperance came out. Like I feel like there's if not two decisions, there's like two separate minds like within us. Like we're trying to balance between the two. Almost like wants versus needs are being kind of questioned. And then I say that, and over here, bottom of the deck, Lovers. So again, this has been coming up a lot too now that I think about it. But again, this is like a soul union. So even this like Sun-Moon opposition, like, could totally be about you and this divine partner. This, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. This like two pairs of minds trying to like balance each other out, trying to find like a middle ground almost. I would almost say that if you are trying to work on some romance or trying to attract someone into your life, it kind of looks like the two of you may still be, like, not that it's not going to happen, because we already had a counterpart in here, King and Queen of Swords, but I almost feel like there's this, like, things aren't perfectly set just yet for both of you. Like, I think there's things that need to be set up on your end and things that need to be set up on the other end. I know I've been watching like a lot of readers on YouTube, especially ones that do like soulmate and twin flame readings. The masculine partners, kind of consistently across the different readers, have had like little healing moments that they kind of need to wrap up and close out. A lot of times the feminines, and I'm not speaking gender, this is more like energy. So I mean, you could be a male and be a feminine, and you could be a woman and be a masculine. Just depends. But the masculines seem to have some type of healing that they're still going through, and the feminines seem to kind of be ready and kind of you're kind of just waiting, like you're waiting for your divine masculine to kind of figure his stuff out before you guys actually meet. Which honestly, as much if you are feminine, you've been like, I'm waiting forever. Like, where the hell are you? Like, honestly, it's worth the wait because you don't want him to bring all of that into your relationship between the two of you. You want him to be fresh and open and available for you. So if that resonates with you, it probably resonates with someone out there. But if that resonates with you, don't freak out about it. Give your masculine the time. But yeah, I feel like there's this like still this kind of like opposition. Like you're still kind of on two different ends still. But what makes me happy is this, because this tells me that you, so maybe I might be channeling for the feminines today. That might be what's going on. But you are feeling very in control of yourself and very content, and you are in a good place right now, which is great because you want to manifest someone who also feels this way so that you guys can truly support and build something wonderful together. So I think this is just like the final stage, especially for my feminines, to really figure it out, like what is it you want, what is it you need. I'm even looking at the Justice card, which is a Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra. If you look at her scales, one is black and one is white. Like there's definitely this thing about oppositions. Interesting. But so this opposition is a good thing. So giving your masculine the time to figure out what's going on. But we're also changing a lot because we have the metamorphosis with the butterfly symbols. We have the dragonfly, which is all about change. So I think this is very, very good, and I think it's going to lead to a lot of success. But you feeling content and, you know, kind of following your purpose are in a very strong place, but you are still shifting. So we want to make sure that shift happens and is sorted out before this union comes in, before this counterpart comes in. We want to make sure that you are fully in your power and sitting on your throne so that you attract that same type of energy. So I think this is going to be exciting. I feel like today is just kind of like a go with the flow day. Like just take it in. I know, I think this is, we're like 20 minutes. This is going to be a long video. Sorry about it. Lots to talk about though. But I think today is really just about kind of enjoying being with the flow and kind of seeing where things take you. I don't necessarily see making your decision today. I think it's just putting it out there. Because we got the 2, which is about sending out intentions. So I don't think today is the day to make the decision. And honestly, Mercury just went direct like 2 days ago, so we probably shouldn't be making any big decisions anyway. But we definitely have a lot on our plate and a lot to look at and process and go through. And I think as we continue to evolve and as we continue to shift, it'll be much clearer what needs to be cut away and what needs to be held on to. And I feel like most of it is going to be cut away. Most of this you'll be able to see through it and be able to discern that it's not the right one for you and just kind of let it go. Yeah, that feels good. Alright, I will let you lovelies go. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm loving the rain we've had like since last night. It makes me real happy. Yeah, I would say go out and have some fun today. I think for some reason I just feel like that spontaneous, just kind of being in the flow kind of thing. If you get a little intuitive hit to go do something or go somewhere, I kind of fully support that. Go do that. You might find something along your way today. Alright everyone, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day. Again, if you want to leave a comment for me, hit me up in the comment section below. If you want to reach out to me, all that info will be below as well. DM me on Instagram, email me, all that fun stuff. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!